Thank you for Patreon now for donating to the Patreon.
Hey guys, Vanity is back in the Card Fight Vanguard as in the Vanity Weekly History. Georgia, type, subscribe, and so shall we? This time we are covering set 8 finally getting revealed for, not all of set 8, but a good chunk of set 8 getting revealed. We got more Chrono Jet cards, and we just have an all around interesting load. So I was going to get this started, shall we? And thankfully, Bushy decided my job was going to be easy this time because as of Monday, we only have a total of 5 cards to go over, and yet something tells me I just jinxed it and Bushy's going to give me fucking 10 tomorrow to do. Bushy, don't do that. So let's go and get this started, shall we? First up, we have our big one for today, and that is Rippling Earthquake Monster Eledgrema. Grade 3 turn persona, 13k base. Always placed on Vanguard, you may reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and put all set orders into your order zone and shuffle your deck, which is an amazing skill in my opinion, being able to get free set orders. I love how literally the day I said I wanted Gravidia to have a different way to proc off their meteors, they gave us one in the form of this thing where now we finally have another Vanguard skill that places set orders, any set order really, so that means we can proc off the meteors. This will charge one, draw one more skill more often, which is something I love. And then auto van at the end of the battle, this you attack, choose any number of your set orders in your order zone, and if you choose 3 or more different named set orders, you can stand one of your rear guards, and if you chose 5 or more, you can stand this unit as well, and he'll get plus 10k and loses 2 drives for the turn, and then you return all cards chosen by this ability back to your deck and shuffle. So all around, in my opinion, it's a good card. I mean, it's definitely not meant for main grade 3. You can build a deck based around it, but like it doesn't really do well. I know I did a deck profile on this already. So like, in my opinion, this works best as a finisher card where like Gravidia World could take advantage of this, or Fist in general can take the fucking advantage of this, and just a lot of other decks can take advantage of this. So I think it's a really good finisher for Brandgate, though I do find it interesting that you can build a deck around him, so you know, 4 just in his own deck, or like maybe a 1 over 2 of as a finisher in everyone else's deck, as I begin to slowly wonder, was this supposed to be Bushy's like sneak peek for Kaijus, and is this what they're gonna do? And then we have our Chrono Jet cards. I like how Bushy's finally revealing Chrono Jet. Also, we have fucking until like, I think the English date was either February or January that we're getting Chrono Jet. I swear the guy that just took over for like Vanguard CEO or whatever said that he was going to try to make the English and Japanese release dates more coincide. If that was him that said that, why don't this be clear now? Set 7, well, sorry, we just got set 6 in America. Set 7 dropped already. For Japan. I'm just saying this now, and I know Chrono Jet has a vast month difference. Just saying, if he was supposed to be, you know, making our dates together, they only did it once to my knowledge, and that was with the not Monster Strike, with the, what's it called, the, Ragnarok thing, and that was it. Everything else has been very off-brand, or date-wise. So anyway, Steam Scar GG, our first Chrono Jet card. Grid 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto is placed on rear guard if you have a Chrono Jet Dragon Crest. Soul Blast 2, draw a card. This unit gets plus, and it was placed by card ability gets plus 5. So great, you know, getting those 2 Soul Blasts gets you that free draw and the plus 5 was placed by abilities. So that benefits from our next card too, who I think they fucking buffed from its original version. But also Gigi, I don't know why, but for some reason when I first read this, it clicked to me like, now I know why it's Soul Blast 2, because she's got 2 cans. I'm sorry, I needed to make that joke, but like, I don't know why that clicked in my brain when I first saw her. But yeah, anyways, amazing draw skill, and then not to mention the 5k all around. I like it a lot. I finally like have a reason to like Gigi so much, so 4 of Gigi, I guess. And then we have this thing, who I used to love the fuck out of Upstream, but he used to be, in my opinion, like, so, like, not bad, but like, he wasn't that good in his original G form, because essentially if you didn't have a way to time leap, it called the unit as rest, which sucked. But now that he calls it a stand, that's great. So auto rearguard GB1, same thing. When this unit attacks a Vanguard until end of turn, until end of battle, gets plus 5. That was the almost similar to what the other one did. The other one got plus 4, so it was a 13k swing, so now it's a 15k swing. And then at the end of the battle that it attacked into anything, regardless of it being a Van or not, which I believe the other one had to be on Van, put this unit to bottom. That is slightly different. Search it up to 1 grade 1 card, unit card, call it back to rear guard and shuffle your deck. Okay, here's the differences. The other one, like I said, plus 4, I'm pretty sure it had to attack a Vanguard. This one, and maybe not go to bottom, but either way, the deck gets shuffled anyways. This one gets plus 5, can attack anything, or, well, it's plus 5, it has to attack the Vanguard, never mind, so both of them have to attack the Vanguard. But then the important part is, the grade 1, while yes, now it has to be called to a specific rearguard circle, a specific 3 rearguard circle instead of to front row like it could before, if I remember correctly. Now it comes a stand. So you can call GG, like say for example, we had next stage, you boosted your Vanguard with your booster, because that's normally what you wouldn't do, because you want to save those triggers for the booster. And then you restood next stage, got the, Chrono Jet regular off, and then you go upstream, and then upstream skill gets you a grade 1, most likely GG, behind Chrono Jet, and now you do your Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. All around, I like upstream a lot. He was one of my favorite grade 2s, and I'm so glad they made him better for the new one, and he is a definite 4 in my opinion, just for Chrono Jet, because I fucking love this guy. Then we have Sublime Lance Dragon, grade 2 and a 5k shield, 10k base. Auto is placed on an opponent, and when he's placed on rear guard, counter boss 2, choose an opponent's rear guard, bind all the cards in that chosen rear guard. Okay, so this is our first card from set 8 I want to add. So this kind of like sets the precedence. Now this is either a really good it's either a generic card that I'm reading too much into, or this is what the Dragon Empire line is going to do, because we don't remember we're getting a new Dragon Empire line this time too. So is this hinting that and it looked new with Tama base. So is this hinting, or Miracle, you get the point. And is this hinting that we're going to get binding as a mechanic in D, or am I just reading way too much into this as one unit that can bind? My thing is, I don't remember anything from fucking Dragon Empire binding your opponent's shit yet. So I feel like this is setting the precedent that something in Dragon Empire is going to bind, and it's most likely going to be that grade 3. Either way, Counter Boss 2 is kind of hefty just to, like, you know, bind all, it's kind of hefty just to bind one unit, but at the same time, technically it gets around resist to my knowledge, because like it chooses the rear guard circle, not the rear guard itself, and it binds all the cards on it, so I think it technically gets around resist. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So not bad, 2 of maybe, but I don't know, I'm not really feeling this card unless like the rest of the deck ends up doing, unless the new Dragon Empire deck does a lot of binding and has very little counter boss problems. Then we have Tidal Wave Brave Shooter, grade 2 and 5k shield, 10k base. This man with a fucking cool ass railgun has continues rear guard during your turn. If you have another grade 2 or grade unit same column as him, he gets +5. Okay, not bad. Like if your rear guards are overran by a bunch of grade 2s, he's a 15k. This is a decent card for Magnolia. It's a free 15k. That's almost guaranteed to go off. So, worst case scenario, good for Magnolia. It's okay-ish for Flagberg, but I don't think you really want to run this in Flagberg. And then it's just like, I don't know, maybe what was it, Aurora, I guess I could see using this, but not really, so take this as you will. 2 of, 3 of maybe, but honestly, like, take that as you want, I guess.
Okay, we have our last reveals for today. First up, we have Interdimensional Dragon, Fate Rider Dragon. Finally, we have a Stride. So, grade 4, triple drive, 15k base. Cannot be put into the main deck as per usual. Stride step, cost, choose one or more cards from your hand equal with their sums of grades being grade 3 or greater and discard them. And this card strides on your Vanguard from face down. When you stride, your original Vanguard becomes the heart card, and this unit gets that power and card name for the turn. And at the end of the turn, you return this unit to the G zone face up. Auto Van, when this unit attacks by counterblasting 1 and flipping over a card in your G zone face up, put a rear guard to bottom. Search after 1 unit card with a grade +1 of that card, put it on the bottom of your deck and call the card put to the bottom of the deck and call it to rear guard. Shuffle your deck, choose one of your units, and it gets +5k till end of turn for each face up card in your G zone. So I like how Fate Rider has just gotten 10 times better, because now instead of it being a once per turn act skill, now it's a non-once per turn auto skill, so if you manage to restand him, he's just going to be swinging over and over and over again, so that's amazing. But also just the fact that he can stack more numbers off the G-zone is fucking great. So I like the fact he has multi-attack, I like the fact he has bigger numbers, just all around a nice grade 4, and obviously a 4 in the Chrono Jet deck. Then we have Song of Extolment can be heard. Normal order for Chaos. If you have a Chaos Vanguard, choose one of your Vanguards, it gets +10 for the turn, and then you choose 3 normies from your drop zone, put them to soul, and put this card to bottom. Okay, that's just stupid good, because that's just a free fucking +10, and then that... Okay, there's no reason not to run this as 3 over 4, because that's just a free +10, and then sends 3 fucking cards to soul. 3 of... I don't need to explain why this is good if you know what Chaos is. And then our last card for today is Scarlet of Fluttering Evascent Life. Normal order Foxar, play by Soul Blasting 2. If you have a Vanguard Tommy in its card name, choose up to 1 unit card with Rimimi in its card name and 1 unit card with Romimi in its card name, each from your drop zone, and call in a rear guard. Okay. A little hefty with the cost, not gonna lie, because we're still in that big soul blasting with Tommy here. If we get more soul cards, that'd be great. But being able to call both of them to rear guard is amazing. I like that skill, so I'm willing to forgive that and say it's like a 2 or 3 of, depending on the situation, especially if you are very reliant on not dying. But I also just really like looking at this thing, so that would honestly be a 2 over 3 for me anyways. And sadly, that is it for all we have today, though I am very happy, because that means I don't have to fucking do more of this. So I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do Discord, follow the Twitch, and I'll see you all in the next one. Don't stand up your Vanguard.